Howdy, 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 back at it again. Today's video is going to go over some combo optimizations in terms of level 3 cash outs, level 2 combos in the corner, and then DI wall splat type combos. If you like this type of content, you want to see more of it, leave a like in the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow it. I'd really appreciate your support. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is, hey, you block a DP, you want to cash out all your resources. What's your combo? You want to start with Flash Chop, and then link crouch heavy punch into Preller, jab, drive rush cancel, jab, and then we're going to go back into crouch heavy punch. And that will set us up at the spacing where the second lariat is +7, and we can link out of it. Okay, so that combo is really good for two reasons. One, as far as I know, that is mid-screen optimal. Okay. Second really cool thing about that is if I actually give myself only 2 bars when I start this combo, the combo builds an entire bar of super. So it's actually a little bit more. So you can have a little bit below 2 bars of super and you'll still build level 3, which is excellent. The next thing I want to talk about is level 2 combos. You're usually going to want to spend these near the corner. They can do a little bit more damage than the level 3 combos, but the main thing that is good about them is that they're more meter efficient, both drive and super. Your optimal starter is still going to be this heavy flash chop into crouch heavy punch, except you're going to go into OD flash chop instead of transitioning into Preller. And let's save a state right there so we don't have to watch the cutscene over and over again. So from here, we really only have one option if we're absolutely in the corner, and that's going to be drive rush into crouch heavy punch into medium flash axe. And then we go Preller stance, launch, OD flash chop, and then we'll juggle the level 1. 6257, which is like 20 more damage than our level 3 cash out we just looked at. But what's really important here is we didn't burn out, and we gained like 40% of a super bar back. So again, just more efficient. If they're not all the way in the corner, we can get a little bit more damage. Because when we're spaced out like this, we can charge a heavy punch. And that's going to let us extend this differently. And we get a huge bit of damage before we drive rush. So we go like this, drive rush, launch, OD flash chop, and then juggle level 1. 6353, which is like 120-ish more damage than the level 3 cash out we looked at. It does burn us out, but again, we gain some meter back. So again, kind of a trade-off, right? Where this really shines, though, is actually if we're not going to spend any more meter. Because from that combo, which is just charge heavy punch, medium axe, and then Preller medium punch, oh my goodness, heavy DP, we get 5880. So you're almost getting 6K, and you're basically refunded almost all your drive gauge, and again 30 to 40% of a super bar. And it's only like 400 damage less than the level 3 cash out loop we looked at. That's really strong. That's where the level 2 routes are really good, is even if you don't want to spend anything or you're too close, right? Like say you can't get this, you can still do a route like this in a medium DP and still get 5700 and this really great knockdown and almost half a bar of super back. So level 2 combo is really efficient, sometimes optimal. They're never like way worse than the level 3 combos. So they'll usually do a little bit more damage, like 10 more damage, but they're usually much more drive efficient and super gauge efficient, at least if you're starting with level 3, right? Because the level 3 route we looked at, it builds a whole bar, but this builds you back the bar. So it's kind of like, hey, are you trying to build it before the level 3, or are you trying to do it like immediately, right? So that's kind of what I want to look at for level 2 combos, is just, hey, what are our good routes? What are kind of some of our options here? The last thing I want to cover are Alex's DI wall splat combos, both on hit and on block. So we'll start with on hit. So we can do this charged heavy punch, and then we're going to do medium flash axe. Oh my goodness, I can't get to cancel. Launch, heavy DP. Easy peasy, right? If you want to spend level 3, you're just going to do medium flash axe here and then cancel level 3. If you don't have like any extra drive to spend, you get the cash out over 50%. Not too bad. If you just want to spend a lot of OD, you do that. Into that light DP will work as long as we don't delay anything. OD flash chop, light DP, does almost 4,000 damage. Pretty significant, right? Really good. Actually, I think that's more damage than Marisa does in that same like investment, which anytime you're out damaging Marisa, you're in a good spot. On block, the combo changes a little bit because when you start a combo with this charged heavy punch, it incurs an extra hit of scaling. So the first hit 80%, second hit 64%. If we do crouch heavy punch, first hit 80%, second hit 80%. So you actually want to start with crouch heavy punch here. You can do the same thing. Prowler, launcher, you can do heavy DP, but there is a better option. And that is light flash axe, light DP does 2880. That is pretty specific. Where if you do the light flash axe 1 frame late or the DP 1 frame late, you're going to drop the combo. So if that scares you or you just aren't very good at combos, the easier thing is light slash elbow, and then it should be medium DP. And there's a little more leniency there, and it only does 16 less damage. If you want to spend level 3 here, it's very similar. We just, after the launch, do medium flash axe, and boom. And if you want to spend some OD, again, combo very similar. We do OD flash chop, except they're going to be a little bit higher. So we can actually juggle a medium DP. Does 3352, and again, that's more than Marisa gets for the same investment. So Alex is in a pretty good spot in terms of his DI combos. That's all I got for the day. Hopefully that was helpful. As always, have a good time.